What's up, everybody? I wanted to make a video regarding my musical history, I guess. My foray into metal and heavier styles of music, if you will. Uh, Obviously, most people don't start out like listening to crazy metalcore and death metal and thrash metal. So I'll start from the beginning. Um, so my mom and my dad isn't really into music like that. Um, he listens to like country and like gospel music here and there, I guess. But my mother was the super musical one. Um, so I'm 30. You can kind of do the math. They're a little bit older. And my mother was super into classic rock, which was back in her day just rock, obviously not classic. A lot of Fleetwood Mac, The Doors, Rolling Stones, ZZ Top. Uh, who else? Like the Allman Brothers. Um, yeah, and kind of that style of music, just kind of your classic rock, kind of hippie area. I still like Fleetwood Mac to this day. I think it's great. Um, but from there, I would listen obviously to that when I'm in the car with my mother or just at home. And being in the car again, you listen to a lot of radio because there wasn't back then in like the late 90s, early 2000s, like the radio still existed as the radio. Like it wasn't this iHeart radio where all the playlists are controlled. Like you still had stations that played different music, different bands and stuff. And some people find this funny. This was like I'm still not sure what really to call it. People call it butt rock, but like alternative metal, Creed, Nickelback, um, Three Doors Down, like that stuff was all over the radio. So I heard a lot of that, and I thought it was really cool. Um, Three Doors Down to this day is still one of my favorite bands. I just, it's great. Um, and then I had friends at school. One of my buddies uh, gave me a CD. It might have been two different friends who each gave me a CD, but this will give you a pretty decent understanding of why my modern or why my current tastes are what they are. So one of the CDs was Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, and the other one was 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, and those both just kind of started my love for the respective genres. As much as I love metal, I love rap music, man. I think it's great. Uh, I think metal and rap are two sides of the same coin, but that's a whole other discussion. Yeah, from there, like Guns N' Roses is awesome, dude. Slash is a badass guitar player, and I just thought it was really cool. Appetite for Destruction is one of those albums, like start to finish, no skips, just a great album. And honestly, I think some of the B sides are better than the A sides. It's So Easy, Night Train, Mr. Brownstone. Those are great songs. But then from there, moving on to like the MySpace era. Um, so yeah, still listening to like yeah, Guns N' Roses. Some of the stuff that's on the radio, like Creed and Three Doors Down and stuff like that. And then 2005, 2006, Avenged Sevenfold dropped City of Evil, which again is a phenomenal album, start to finish. But when I first heard that, I was blown away. I was just like, damn, like music like this exists. Like this is crazy. Beast and the Harlot came out. The music video dropped. It was all over MTV. It's just like, holy smokes, dude! Like these guys are crazy. And then so I got super into Avenged Sevenfold. They were probably my favorite band for a long time. And honestly, the reason I play Schecter guitars, that's going to be a separate video on why I kind of started out with Schecter. But yeah, Avenged Sevenfold. I had two cousins who were super into like the scene, if you know what I'm talking about, like the scene kids. I don't know, but it usually came along with like hardcore music and like different metal bands and stuff. So they put me on to kind of more old school um, hardcore bands like The Bled, if anyone's familiar, Norma Jean, uh, and yeah, so that was that. Um, and then this was also the time where YouTube was like starting to kind of blow up, and LimeWire was huge. So LimeWire was like a big way of me getting new music and just discovering new artists. The big one that came out, so Guns N' Roses to like Creed to Avenged Sevenfold, and then I discovered As I Lay Dying, and right around this time they had dropped oh, what's that album called? Uh, Hold on, I'll pull it up. But they dropped that album, and Shadows Are Securities. There we go. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was like, this is awesome. I'm at that time. I'm probably like into my first or second year of playing guitar, and I just thought it was really cool. And that's still probably like my favorite era of metalcore metal, like the 578 days. As Blood Runs Black, As I Lay Dying, Bullet for My Valentine, um, Bring Me the Horizon, that kind of stuff. And then, yeah, from there, just tried to discover as many bands as I could. I just thought it was really cool. I was like, man, this is just a really badass genre. I started going to shows back then. As I Lay Dying, saw Metallica. Lamb of God, started to go to all Lamb of God shows. And yeah, Lamb of God is actually the next point, is from those metalcore bands I listed. I slowly started to get into Lamb of God. And if I'm being honest, it was kind of like a slow, um, it took me a while to get warmed up to Lamb of God because at that point they had only released 3 albums, and I think Sacrament was the one that was most current at that time. Their early albums are less polished for sure and more chaotic and kind of all over the place. So it takes a minute to kind of figure it all out and digest it. Sacrament came out, Redneck, Walk With Me in Hell, like some of their biggest songs. And yeah, from there I was hooked. And Lamb of God since has been my favorite band, I think. I think that's about as good as metal guitar playing gets. Willie and Mark. It's their riffs are phenomenal. I never get tired of their music ever. I listen to them every day. It's awesome. I've seen them now like 7 or 8 times or whatever. And then to the current day, I honestly don't listen to a lot of new music. A lot of the new metalcore or just popular metal acts don't really do it for me. It's just kind of boring, honestly. They're all following the same formula, and there's not a whole lot of originality or sort of breaking out of the box. So I still listen to most of the stuff I grew up listening to, going as far back as classic rock, like I'll still jam Fleetwood Mac and ZZ Top and that kind of stuff. But yeah, again, I listen to a lot of rap music. Just growing up in Texas and on the East Coast, you listen to a lot of Southern rappers like UGK, Outkast, 3 6 Mafia, Scarface, 8 Ball and MJG, and I like it. That's a whole nother story. I could probably make a video on why I think they're two sides of the same coin. But yeah, that's how I've gotten here. And yeah, Lamb of God is my favorite. I also listen to a lot of kind of more extreme death metal and stuff. That came later too. That was more like, all right, let's see how aggressive and how obnoxious we can make this music. Bands like King Conquer. If you're not familiar with King Conquer, check them out. It's awesome. But yeah, that's sort of my musical history up until this day. I don't see it changing at this point. I'm kind of hard-headed, and I like what I like. But yeah, I got a few more videos coming out. Just sort of like this, interviews. I got some stories to tell. I have a review to do on some like super spicy ramen that I found at Aldi the other day. So I'll be doing that. And yeah, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, y'all. Thanks for the support, and I'll catch you next time.